This video will provide some clarity to the question many of you may be asking when writing lesson plans. The question being, what exactly is an interest approach and what is not? Close your eyes. Recall a time when you were sitting in a class that you know from the very start of the class you were uninterested, unmotivated, and saw no relevance for the material being covered. Now, if you were to close your eyes and picture your favorite teachers, you would probably find that each was very skillful in captivating your interest. You might find that the interest they produced resulted from the teachers finding engaging activities or experiences that were related to the subject being taught, such as using technology in nature for GPS studies, or bringing a live calf into the laboratory to learn more about anatomy and physiology. In the agriculture education classroom, the possibilities are endless. This method of creating interest into the classroom, called the interest approach, is very effective and widely applicable. Not only are interest approaches important and effective to capture student interest, but they play a vital role in student engagement and retention. An interest approach, also known as an anticipatory set or set induction, is sometimes also called a hook to grab the student's attention. During the anticipatory set, actions and statements are made by the teacher to relate the experiences of the students to the objectives of the lesson. During this point in the lesson, the teacher puts students into a receptive frame of mind. The hook can be used any time a different activity or new concept is to be introduced. An anticipatory set activity should continue only long enough to get students ready and set to go, so the major portion of the instructional time is available for the accomplishment of the current objective. So they usually last between 5 and 10 minutes. Anticipatory sets or interest approaches are more than just words and discussions with your students. You can also engage in a brief activity or question and answer sessions to start the lesson plan off in a participatory and active manner. An important thing that the anticipatory set does is to grab the students not focused upon learning. Applying the interest approach requires some thought and effort from the educator. The interest approach is set up at the beginning of a lesson or during a transfer activities. The object of the interest approach is to guide students into the new lesson by having them recall past information. It causes the students to begin to focus on the new material becoming set for learning. Oftentimes, this can be used to stimulate the student's interest and give them motivation needed for learning. There are many different ways in which you can raise student interest. The following slides will give you some of those examples. Now, let's talk about what is not an interest approach. First off, a bell work is not an interest approach. Some examples of what is not an interest approach may include: get out your homework and check. Open book to page 57 and review. Place your name at the top of a clean sheet of paper. Those really are not interest approaches. So remember to use all those great resources that are made available to you. There's a lot of great resource people too that you can always visit with. Remember, creating interest in the minds of learners ensures the information learned is not only retained but applied as well. As an educator, it is your responsibility not only to teach, but also to teach in a way that will make learners want to come back for more. So best of luck and have fun.